Hello, friends. Welcome to another happy Monday Nurse's Life. This is your hostess, Aaron Herbert, the Power RN, coming to you live, of course, from a beautiful, sunny day in Maryland. So, thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, our world is all about you. It's all about nursing. And of course, sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. So don't ever forget that. And remember, you have new grads awaiting you. So they are looking for you. They're looking up. They're looking up to find you. And remember that you are the prize, the invaluable, invaluable prize that they're waiting for. They're waiting to hear what you have to say and talk about your experiences and where you've been. And as they've gone around those several years of nursing education, nursing school, they're waiting to learn from you. So take a moment to give yourself a little pat on the back and remember you are wonderful. You are positive and you are appreciated. So remember. Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Remember the things that have brought you to where you are today. And let's do something about where we are today. We've come through COVID, the many of us, with challenges and some rewards. Let's think about a time when you may have been in a struggle. And even today, you can probably remember a story. Each of us has at least a story about something that's happened or some place we've been during these last few years. And you can tell your new grads a story about the challenges that you've faced and maybe some that are still in the air today. It reminds me of the story of David. And if you haven't read that, I'll give you the short version where you can find it in a book. In a book. Okay? So remember David's challenges. And speaking of David's challenges, have you ever been on the run? Have you ever been just trying to get out of that place that has been either holding you or even haunting you? Yeah, the story of David. David was on the run for his life, and things were so bad he didn't know what to do. Now, other people may have looked at David as the best thing that they've ever seen, the best one they've ever known, thought he was so great and his life must be so wonderful. And sometimes, that makes other people look at you in a way that might not even really be the you, because you know the you inside. And there may be some times when people are jealous and they want to put their hands on your possessions or your rewards or your gifts or your savings, those things that you've put in your treasure chest. They want to maybe just borrow them. Borrow them. But if you are like me or like David, you are not about to let that happen. You're not about to let people come upon you and take your gifts scot-free. Not gonna happen. Remember, your treasure chest holds your treasures. And if someone comes to examine what's in your treasure chest, they might not even see it the way you do. They may think, oh, well, this is such a small treasure chest here, and maybe if I take a little something, no one will notice. They might think that they can get away with what they're taking from you, and you would never ever know. Because either you're not paying attention, or it's so small they think you'd never ever care. But they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention. So you have come back to your treasure chest and noticed that there's something missing. Now, in the world of, today, there's DNA, there's fingerprints, but we're just really talking about context. So someone has stolen something from you and they think you'll never know, but they don't know about your real gifts and where you will find them and where you will find the person who has taken them. And as the beloved Michelle Obama would say, now you better look around and open your eyes and look for your gifts. Look for your gifts. You can't just wait for them to reappear. You've got to do something. So today, let's talk about let's do something. Let's do something. You're going to do something. You're going to have to do something about what you've been through, the challenges in your life, your experiences, what's missing out of your treasure chest, where you've been, what you've seen, and what you're going to do. What are you going to do about it? Let's do something. There are steps that you must take in order to move forward. Just like the nursing process, you have to do something. You find a problem, right? That's the first thing. And then you acknowledge that there's a problem. And then what do you do? Do you just let it sit there and just let it, float away or fly away or, take care of itself? Well, that's not usually the way that a problem will be solved. You must do something. And even those of us who have faced some of the worst times in our lives, they do and may coexist with best times. When you think about, I'll use an example of the Paralympics. Remember, we just had the Olympics, and the Paralympics followed the Olympics, and you found that you got the opportunity to see some things you may have never seen before and experience some things that you have never experienced. But those persons who are performing in the Paralympics, they are going still for the gold. They're going for the gold. And their rewards are still the gold. And the gold. And they are doing the best that they can do. And others might think that, well, it's really, not much of an exciting opportunity because many of the uh, contestants really have had some struggles and challenges in their life. things that they have overcome or have managed to work their ways through. And they are still looking for that reward because that's the best for them. Even though they had those hard times, they still recognize the best, like we can do. Bad days at work are not going to be every day. There will be some days that you must find the solution to the challenge. But remember, you're not in this thing alone. Even as you're at work and there's a bad accident and a patient comes in to the ER and your little smiley face gets the acknowledgement from the charge nurse that yes, you'll be getting the next patient that comes, the admission. But you will take your number, your assignment, and do the work that you do. Because you are in this place and space. Because you have been chosen. You have been chosen for an assignment, and it could come any day and any time. But there is no grumbling. There is no hollering and swearing and those types of things because you know why you are here, why you have been chosen to take this assignment. You have put yourself in the place and space and taken on the mantle that says you are the one. You are the one that has the best capability of starting an IV for most any patient at any time. And you might have other colleagues that aren't so good at that, but they're good at doing something else. They're good at drawing blood. They're good at managing a chest tube. You work together. You work together. So when there's a crisis, what are we going to do? We're going to do something. You can't just throw up your hands and say, well, I see Mary Lou over there and she has a patient, but it's not mine, so I'm not going to help out with that. We work together, and that is our best asset. Teamwork. Teamwork, yes, you've heard. Teamwork makes the dream work. And sometimes it will be your last resort, but we know that it works. We know that our teams together can solve a problem. We know that we've done it so many times. It's really easy. It's really easy for us to work together. And, I will tell someone else this story of how many times myself and some of my colleagues have just looked at each other, even across the hall, or, as they'd say, around the way. You just look at your colleague and they know you need help. And they know exactly what you need, even when you haven't said a word. Sharing is caring. And even in the grocery store or in the library, you might find someone who needs something. And you can tell by some of the expressions when people need help. And we are in the place and space that we are in because we have the gifts. We have the gifts to help those who need care. And you never ever know when someone needs you. Sometimes you will see someone just sitting quietly, and you can't tell that they are feeling down and stressed out. You can't always tell either that they have been in a homeless shelter or have some other challenges at home or at school. You might just gently say good day to that person, and you will get a response that will help you determine your next steps in helping solve a problem. So, as you have done in the past, you communicate. Communication is your power. It is your power. And as you help others move along and grow and solve their problems, you really are brushing up on your skills, your communication skills. And that is also an option, an opportunity for you to grow while you're helping someone else to grow. And as we have been in some dark places in our nursing careers, we know that you can't always just throw in the towel. You just can't throw in the towel because tomorrow and the next day, there are going to be new nurses, there are going to be new grads, and they will need you. They will need help from you. And what will you do? You found someone with a problem? Let's do something. Let's do something. The future of your experiences is coming. Now, we've been through the past where that actually has given us an opportunity to grow and learn new things. Your new grads may not have learned new things yet, but the future is coming. The future is coming, and we must prepare ourselves and our colleagues because we know that as we've gone through COVID, there may be another time. There may be another time, and we cannot just sit and say, well, it's never going to happen again. You've been through some challenges, but the end is not here yet. The end is yet to come. So there's still time for you to prepare your days each and every day. Stay connected with your colleagues, with your leaders, and communicate with your patients. If you've never done that before, it's time. COVID can surely let you know that there is time for you to make a change. You can make a turn. You have the time. You have the time to serve in the assignment that you have been given. And the good work that you have done, you have been the example. And that work has been chosen for you to do and to show. Now, you know, nurses, our hearts are so full. And sometimes you must remember that the weight may be heavy. COVID was an example of that. But that's the time that you can look around and find a colleague to team up with you, to pair up, to work together, to share the weight. Share the weight of the assignments that you have been given. I know, the weight can be heavy. And sometimes you'll stop and think, and ask yourself, why? Why? Why was I chosen for this assignment? Well, you know now that you were chosen for the assignment because you are very, very special. You have the gifts that are needed to solve the problem. Remember, you are special. You were chosen for this assignment, and you are also a role model for others who are coming your way. Really? Yes, you can be a preceptor. You can be a charge nurse. You can be a leader. You can be a mentor. You learn as you grow, as you help others grow. Remember, those gifts in your treasure chest are some of the rewards that come along your way. Remember, even though COVID came upon us, there was no request for you to take your time, let COVID in, and, sit down with COVID and talk about what's going to happen on the way to the pandemic. That was a path that you did not get to acknowledge a request for entry onto this journey. But as you met the challenges along the way, you understood that this is an assignment, something that must be done. And there is no time to waste. There is no time for you to consider, oh, or say, well, I never thought that I'd be chosen for this work. Why me, you ask? Well, why not you? Why not you? You are special. You are special, and the future is on the way. The new grads need you. The new travelers need you. The new supervisor needs you. The person who's in charge needs you. Maybe it's to help them with the schedule, or maybe it's to volunteer to float. You need each other to complete the assignment. Together, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And there is no time to waste. And there is no time to wait. We must work together to complete the assignment. You must show up, you must stand up, and you must speak up for the future, because the future is yet to be here, but it's on the way. The time is now. Let's do something. Nursing needs you, and the world needs you. Don't stop. Don't stop. Change is coming. Change is coming through your struggle. Keep the faith. Keep the faith, even in the midst of the struggle. Together, you can make a change. Make a change. Let's get ready to do something. We'll see you very soon on Power in Nursing. And as well, don't forget, the Empower Nurses program starts on October 1st. You'll see the promos coming your way. We have to work together to solve the problems of health and wellness and healthy care for the systems in which we are employed. Work together. Change is coming, and the world needs you. Be gentle and be careful. This is Power in Nursing. We'll see you soon.